Hey guys, welcome back to Gallivanting Kendall. I'm Kendall Clement. Shoot me an email at gallivanting.kendall23@gmail.com. That address is in the show notes. Welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate your support of my channel. Some of you have not been here in decades, and some of you have never been here at all. Today, I'm going to talk to you about safety in the Philippines. Hit like and subscribe, and let's ride. All right, everybody. Plaza Sanaga, one of my favorite locations, along with SM Seaside Mall at the Sky Park, Plaza Sanaga, right next to the Naga City Boardwalk. This is probably the main reason I moved to Naga City. I had a friend who was living here, an Army veteran, David. If David's watching, shout out to you, David A. David moved back to the States for a little while, but he was living here with his Filipino wife at the time, and I came to visit them on a couple of occasions, and I fell in love with Naga City, and I decided I was ready to leave Mactan. It was just too crowded in Lapu-Lapu City, and I decided that I wanted to live here in Naga. I mean, this place is awesome. And one of the things that attracted me to Naga was this whole community atmosphere, this family atmosphere. You know, this is not, I've said this before in another video. Some of us, including myself, I've been here almost 3 years. In June, it'll be 3 years since I've been here in the Philippines. And one of the things that I mentioned before is that when I was here in the 80s, I was in a Olongapo. My ship pulled in to a Olongapo. And that is not representative of the Philippines as a whole. And I want you guys to know that, you know, a lot of you guys are veterans. A lot of you guys are veterans and you haven't been here for a long time. Along Post City, Subic Bay was a dangerous neighborhood, man. I mean, that place attracted the lowest of the lowlifes in the Philippines, along with some beautiful people who were just trying to make a living for themselves and for their families. But there were all kinds of hustlers and criminals and, I mean, just general scumbags that were in Olongapo City. And it's just not representative of what the Philippines is as a whole. I have to tell you, and I'm just going to be honest, I lived in Los Angeles for 30 years. For 15 years, I lived in Hollywood. About 15, maybe 17 of those years, I lived in Hollywood, lived in Santa Monica for a while, lived in the Valley, you know, San Fernando Valley, North Hollywood. Of course, Pasadena, not my favorite place and a place that I tried to avoid like the plague after I left there. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. And you guys saw that in my previous video, how I feel about Pasadena and the trauma that I suffered there in that horrible relationship I was in. But that's a whole nother story, and I did talk about it in a previous video, a recent video. But where was I going with this? Yes, I lived in Hollywood for, I think it was 15 years, maybe 17 years. And I have to tell you, man, I saw a fist fight in Hollywood almost every month. And then, you know, when they came out with the app that shows you what's going on in your neighborhood, man, there were stabbings and shootings. I mean, every day something was going on in Hollywood. And on the weekends, forget about it, man. When the nightclubs were jumping, I mean, people getting shot, stabbed, and punched, and I mean, you know, big brawls breaking out. I saw that all the time when I was living in Hollywood over, you know, 15, 16, 17 years, whatever it was. I have to actually take the time to figure it out. But I, but do you see, this is what I want to stress to you guys. This is the Philippines. This is representative of the Philippines as a whole. Now, you talk about Manila, Manila's a lot like LA. You have to know where to go and where not to go. It's the same size as LA as far as population. We're talking about 15 million people. You got to know where to go, where not to go, where to drive with your windows rolled up and your doors locked, you know? And here in Cebu City, there are some places you might want to be a little more vigilant. But I have to tell you, I have been here almost 3 years, and I have not seen one fist fight. Not one. Now, I have a buddy who lives 4 hours north of me here on Cebu Island. From Wayne is from New York City, and he lived in Quezon City in Manila for a while, and he got in 2 fights up there. Wayne is bad, man. Wayne is a total badass. You guys would like Wayne. Maybe I'll interview him. I'm supposed to go up there and meet him in person at some point. We've only FaceTimed up to now, but Wayne is a really cool guy. Wayne studied a fighting system called Bondo. You have to ask him about it, but it's very effective. And Wayne got in a couple of fights, and he did all right. But I'm going to tell you about those are exceptions. Those are exceptions. This is a relatively safe country to be in. I mean, I have a scooter. I maybe had somebody blow their horn at me. I I had somebody blow their horn at me through an act of road rage, maybe 3 times. 3 times in the whole time I've been here. I've been riding that scooter for 2 out of the last almost 3 years. And I've only experienced road rage here twice. I've never had anybody roll down their window and cuss me out. When I was in LA, man, that would happen a couple times a month, at least. You know, this is a beautiful country. Filipino people are beautiful people. They are nice, they are spiritual, they are sweet, kind, and loving. Now, is there an element here that will take advantage of you because you're a foreigner? Sure. Sure there is. If you get involved with somebody, is money or the fact that you could give her a leg up in life and improve her lifestyle, is that a consideration? Absolutely it is. Well, let me ask you this. In America, how many women, and I brought this up before, how many women do you know in America who would get involved with somebody they don't respect what they do for a living? They don't respect what they do for a living, and they are only interested in, or mainly interested in, how much you make for a living. I can't tell you how many times I have been rejected because a woman did not like the answer to that question. I told you I was an actor for 30 years, and I always needed a day job. And my day job, sometimes people respected them, people didn't respect them. But a lot of times, when women found out, actors don't make a lot of money unless you are on a show or you book a lot of commercials. You know, survival jobs don't pay a lot. And I was in that cadre of actors who were considered working actors, but we still needed day jobs. And when you tell a woman how much you make, you tell her you're an actor, okay, she's a little bit impressed. Then she sees your IMDb page and she's more impressed. But then she finds out you have a day job and you tell her how much you make. More times than not, that conversation is over and there is no dating that is going to happen there. And I'm just telling you the truth. But here in the Philippines, it's a lot different. If you come here and you are looking for a different women with different values, okay? Their values are, the whole thing about your your wallet and your bank account, it's the same in the US. It's exactly the same. But there's a different culture here. It's kinder. It's nicer. There's not that anger bubbling beneath the surface here like there is where we come from. And you can feel it. You can feel it the moment you get off the plane. I'm just saying to you guys, if you come here, just know you learn how to look around, you learn how to watch your back, just like you did when you were growing up in the States in whatever city you grew up in. You learn how to spot a BS story when you hear it. You just learn. And it doesn't take long. But you don't have to be paranoid because everybody here ain't out to get you. Okay? Okay? Because when I first got here, I was overly paranoid about my safety. And I'm here to tell you that if you are considering traveling here or moving here, odds are you will be safe. If you feel you got value out of this video, hit like and subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate your support of my channel. As always, take care of each other and give somebody a great day.